Airtel Payments Bank offers the best value account in the country. There is no minimum balance and bank accounts are opened in literally 3 minutes fully digitally. Airtel's been at the forefront anyway of digital security. Airtel came up with a leading campaign. It used cutting-edge AI tools to actually block spam calls. Let's take a classic gig worker who is typically outside the formal economy. The pen picture of this person is a Zomato delivery worker. He earns classically 12,000 to 14,000 rupees. He has come from a small village and he wants a bank account. He wants it quickly because he wants a credit. Today we are the largest gig worker bank account supplier in the country.
Digital banking is transforming the way we manage money, offering convenience and accessibility like never before. But with rising concerns over cyber fraud, many are hesitant to embrace it fully. So how can we make digital transactions more secure while ensuring financial freedom? Hello and welcome to Mint Techcetra, your go-to podcast for everything tech and business. I'm your host Karthik Chawla, and today we are diving into the future of financial security with Airtel Payments Bank. Today on this episode, we will explore their Safe Second account, its role in protecting users, and the evolving landscape of securing digital banking. Joining us in this conversation is Mr. Anubrata Biswas, who is the Managing Director and CEO of Airtel Payments Bank, who brings over 2 decades of experience in banking and financial services. Under his leadership, Airtel Payments Bank has become India's fastest growing digital-only bank with sustained profitability since financial year 2022. Today, Airtel Payments Bank is the 3rd largest mobile bank in the country by user base. An alumnus of IIM Ahmedabad and Jadavpur University, he also actively contributes to industry bodies shaping India's fintech landscape. Thank you so much, sir, for sparing your wonderful time. And I'm looking forward to this conversation because today we are going to talk about digital banking. And this is something really special to my heart. So thank you so much for sparing your wonderful time and energy for this conversation.
Thank you for having me, Karthik. It's a pleasure to be here. How would you like to dive in? Let me start off by just segueing on the word you used, digital banking. I just want to pick up and differentiate on digital banking and mobile banking. Now, most people in India don't really get the difference between digital only and what's the real difference between a universal bank and a digital only bank. So if you really look at what's happening across the globe, you see that in most countries there is what we call the rise of mobile banks.
Okay.
You've got a mobile bank in Brazil, which is Nubank.
Okay.
You've got Revolut in UK. And these are actually very large financial institutions. And UK in particular has a lot of financial institutions. You've got Monzo, you've got Starling. And these are fundamentally driven by, of course, regulatory licenses. But in general, they are tech first. They have no branches. And they are able to translate the benefits of technology to offer better consumer experiences, imagined with the pleasure of a wonderful experience driven only on a mobile screen, and with the value of having absolutely no branches and therefore very low costs.
Okay.
Translate that into India, where India has really benefited over the last 6-7 years, is that India has had an incredible journey in terms of having a digital public infrastructure stack, biometrics, Aadhaar, UPI. And so if you look at payment banks in India, you've really got a fabulous regulatory license riding on this digital public infrastructure, where you've got the payment bank architecture with not a stitch of paper.
Okay.
So you look at payment banks across the country, you will find not a single journey which demands one piece of paper fully digital journeys, all on the mobile screen, and therefore you've got very rapid growth. And I'll give you a sense of this. Payment banks across the country broadly open 1 in 6 to 8 bank accounts in the country today, every month.
Okay.
Airtel Payment Bank in particular opens 1 in 10 bank accounts in the country. So our journey really fundamentally is about following the customer.
Okay.
And who are these customers? You have covered one set of customers in your previous podcast. We are very, very strong in rural India, and there are many, many archetypes there. We've talked about that in detail, so I won't cover that today. But one archetype which even we were surprised about is this urban consumer who's now very comfortable with certainly this digital banking. But this urban consumer is as much prey, victim, and beneficiary of this digital public infrastructure. And let me now unpack this a little bit.
Okay.
What's happened is that digital payments have boomed, and digital payments are broadly frictionless in India.
Of course.
What this means is that today 90% of payments in India are broadly happening outside banks, which means that 90% of payments are happening in third-party apps, not in banks.
Okay.
So that means that India is the only country in the world where payments have become unbundled. Equally, bank accounts have also become very easy to open, and therefore bank accounts have become the next big financial category to start being unbundled.
Okay.
Because payments have become frictionless, frauds on payments have also become very easy. And this has given rise to what we call second order needs. Earlier, when bank accounts were very difficult to open, bank accounts were broadly plumbing. They were commodity. Everything happened out of one bank account. You wanted to do savings, there was one bank account. You wanted to do investments, there was one bank account. You wanted to pay your rents, there was one bank account. Because now bank accounts are easy to open, people can pick and choose. Okay, I will do savings out of this account. I'll do payments out of this account. There's only one hindrance left. Every bank in the country today demands that you put 10,000 rupees as minimum balance.
Correct.
Airtel Payment Bank offers the best value account in the country. There is no minimum balance, and bank accounts are opened in literally 3 minutes fully digitally through the mobile banking app. And that's the reason why people are flocking to us, because our customers, and as you note, we have marketed very little, our customers are saying, we want a safe second account because we are scared of frauds and we don't want to expose our main bank account to digital payment frauds at all. We'd like to keep a little bit of money aside and use that account for all our digital payments, be it an electricity payment, be it an online payment, or be it a QR code payment. That has been the genesis of this Safe Second account. And this, in my mind, Karthik, is a category which is really slated to explode over the next 1-2 years. As India unbundles the next big category, which is the category of bank accounts.
So, we were born in the 90s, and traditionally, when I look up to my father...
Don't be ageist.
I don't want to be. But while I was growing up, because my father was working in a bank, and the only thing that we knew about banking was the traditional ways of, going to a bank, getting a form, filling that form, and then getting our accounts open. With digital banking adoption becoming like the need of the hour today, and a lot of people are actually adopting this. But at this point of time, with the advent of technology, there are security concerns as well. There are people who complain about this thing that there can be cyber frauds, there can be cyber crimes. What are the biggest barriers that you personally feel are preventing people from fully embracing digital banking options?
Look, the maths in India is very compelling, and it's perhaps not spoken about so simply. Give or take, you've got 950 million or a billion smartphones in play, but there are around 750 million unique smartphone users. If I am generous, there are 400 to 450 million unique monthly digital payers in India, which means there's a gap of 300 million people who are digital,
Correct.
but not paying
But
digitally.
not opting, yeah.
So the real big opportunity for India and Indian banks is figuring out how to bridge this digital divide. And this is a combination of studying user behavior, understanding unit economics, and really understanding how to move people up the ladder of persuasion.
Okay.
Part of it is frauds, which of course the safe second account addresses squarely. Part of it is unit economics, which of course the minimum balance, low entry barriers, and the fact that the account itself is the lowest base price account in the country addresses. And the final part of it is that the account itself is ubiquitous, which basically means that any Indian in the country, be he or she in Assam or Meghalaya, be he or she a housewife or a man in Mumbai sitting in a home, can access digitally and open. It's really ubiquitous. Can open instantly, defined in 3 minutes. It's really easy to open. So really, I must credit the public policy framework, the government, and all regulators for really moving in unison to create this. I call this the single biggest public policy experiment in the history of the world happening at scale today.
So we were talking about cyber fraud and how it is one of the most common challenge for each and every citizen of this country, and not just this country, but actually people across the globe. There was a time when emails were being invented, and then you used to get a email from some fraud person sitting outdoors that I'm stuck in some place. These used to be some common frauds that happened back in those days. But now things have evolved. Everyone has moved to a 7-inch or a 14-inch screen. The type of frauds that we hear these days are devastating, because people tend to lose everything that they have earned throughout their life. So what are those common frauds that you know about when it comes to digital banking, and how is Airtel Payments Bank helping customers prevent all of these frauds that might happen with them?
So look, frankly, the types of frauds are evolving, but the underlying themes remain the same. And the theme remains that of significant psychological persuasion, which is that you force the victim to believe that there is time pressure, psychological stress,
Correct.
and an element of social withdrawal. So take for example, the classic digital arrest fraud, which was actually very successful. All three of these elements played out at full scale. There were fairly documented cases where a victim was actually in a room for a week while the entire fraud played out. Our approach to these matters is straightforward yet at three levels. The first is the construct of the account itself. You will relate, Karthik. The account in itself, based on the construct, is a payment bank account with a 2 lakh limit.
Oh, okay.
Secondly, it's a zero balance account. So by design, consumers can keep as much money as he or she wants.
Okay. Fair.
There's no requirement to keep 10,000 rupees for minimum
like
balance.
a minimum balance.
For minimum balance
Correct.
requirements. So the first, by nature of the bank and the account itself, is a natural sort of safety precaution. The second is we've built a large number of what we call safety features. A couple of them I'll just talk through. One of them is what we call an account sleep. Let's say I'm traveling overseas,
Okay.
or I'm traveling to another city. With one click of a button, we can put the account to sleep, which means it's impossible to conduct a transaction from the account at all.
Okay.
So you just go to the app, you swipe, and the account is
On a sleep mode.
on a sleep mode.
Okay. Wonderful.
It's also possible to set up various types of limits per channel. So you can stop your debit card, you can stop your internet banking, so on and so
Okay.
forth. The third is actually very profound. What we do is we use a host of machine learning models to construct what is a good customer and what is a set of bad behaviors which may come contrary to what a good customer behavior is.
Okay.
And we throw in a vast set of what we call kitchen sink variables into that machine learning model. It could be device, device ID, it could be IP, it could be transaction patterns, it could be location, it could be velocity, and basis that we are able to actually construct a set of alerts, and we are able to temporarily block the account, based on which we built almost, if you will, a proprietary logic to be able to prompt the customer to authenticate himself using his or her own face on the app to allow transactions to go through again.
Okay.
So that's the sort of 3-level protocol we've used. One is the regulatory framework and the account construct itself.
Okay.
Second is proprietary tools which make the person in control of the account. And third is a deep set of machine learning tools which work behind the scene to make the person more safe.
So that actually differentiates between actually what a good customer behavior is, like you rightfully said, what sort of transaction patterns he or she is going to have, and it's going to be completely opposite for a bad customer.
For a bad actor.
Okay.
For a bad actor. And if you put all these three together, we do believe that it offers a more than reasonable degree of safety, given the fact that this is not the primary account for all the money of the customer. It's more a second transaction account with a little bit of money for the customer's daily payment needs. So to give you a sense of this, 77% of urban consumers who are opening accounts today with us are using it for keeping his daily payment statement away
Okay.
and for his daily payment needs.
Okay. So coming down to my next question, Safe Second Account is one of the most unique ways of taking care of financial security and safety of a customer, because like you rightfully said, the ways have changed now that the technology has evolved, and everything can be done in just a single click. And with Airtel doing so much, like the 3 steps that you talked about, that you can, in just single tap, you can actually put your account on a sleep mode. certainly a unique way for making sure that the consumer has financial security. But could you explain what Safe Second account is and how Airtel is actually ensuring the financial security of its consumers who are opting for this?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at overall Airtel's philosophy as a brand, I mean, Airtel's been at the forefront anyway of digital security.
Correct.
I mean, Airtel as a brand has, been driving anti-spam. Airtel came up with a leading campaign. It used cutting-edge AI tools to actually block spam calls.
Spam calls.
It then came up with a very leading edge AI campaign to block spam links, which is now running. And so this is very much in the stable of what Airtel is really trying to do. That's the first thing.
Correct.
Second thing is that if you really look at our product philosophy, we have invested very heavily in what we call a product roadmap where AI is very deeply embedded to further embellish what we can build in terms of safety and security solutions. To give you a sense of this, last year we actually launched this product in our app called Safe Banking. So if you go to our app today, which by the way is, as you mentioned, the third largest mobile banking app in
India.
In the country.
Yeah.
There's actually a section there called Safe Banking where a consumer can go in, get a safety score. He can actually get to know whether he's safe if he's coming in via a VPN, whether he's actually, so he can actually get to know whether the Wi-Fi he's accessing is safe, whether he has read the safety FAQs, whether he's understood the safety FAQs and has switched on and understood the account sleep features. So we are investing over and over again on whether the consumer is fully aware and educated. After a point in time, as our safety features will keep rolling out, we will start ascribing more. And just to give you a little sneak preview, in the next 2 months, we are now going to start rolling out, and this is perhaps a little premature, but I'm happy to share it with you, Karthik. We are going to launch a cyber insurance bundle in that safety page, which basically means that the consumer will be able to actually purchase a small cyber insurance plan, which will actually protect himself from any frauds done on his account. So he can purchase for a nominal price any fraud done for, let us say, 20,000 rupees or 30,000 rupees. So that's how we'll double down on it. And as you can imagine, the average value of frauds is actually fairly low in the country. It's not that it's lakhs and lakhs of rupees.
Sir, every time when a product is being launched in the market, and very categorically and generally speaking, there is a certain set of target audience that a brand, a network, or an organization targets to. They feel that these are the right set of customers that we are launching this product for. And with the Safe Second account option coming into picture, what sort of customers do you think will benefit from this?
Yeah, this is a good question. Let me answer it a little philosophically.
Perfect.
So I must share with a certain degree of humility that when the payment bank license was given, this was given before the advent of UPI. This was therefore fairly existential for us in terms of debating what should be done with the payment bank model. And it is a question which is asked time and time again as to what is the role for payment banks. Willy-nilly, what happened over the last 5 years is that we discovered, along with our customers, that there were very, very interesting use cases where consumers started using us more for their needs. One really, really big need was spurred by the digital public infrastructure, where the government started putting in public benefits directly into bank accounts and a rural Indian started demanding the benefits close to his place of residence in a village. Today, we are the largest bank close to villages in the country by far. That was our first use case.
Okay.
So all we did was follow the customer. Willy-nilly over the last 3 years, this movement started spreading to cities because consumers started demanding a second account because digital payments started exploding.
Yeah.
And then we started following them. And that journey led us willy-nilly to this safe second account. So I think the philosophy underlying this was listen very deeply to what is happening in terms of the consumer psyche, what are they saying, and how do you really package your account to cater to their needs. I'll give you a couple of classic secondary use cases. A very important archetype for us, while it's not a safe second account, but a very emerging use case, is this aspiring Indian coming from a village and wanting to make it big in a city. Let's take a classic gig worker who is typically outside the formal economy. The pen picture of this person is a Zomato delivery worker.
Okay.
He earns classically 12,000 to 14,000 rupees. He has come from a small village. He's come into Delhi or Gurgaon and he wants a bank account. He wants it quickly because he wants a credit. Today we are the largest gig worker bank account supplier in the country. Because it's easy to open and he can get a credit very easily. This has become another dominant, what I would call use case for the bank. Again, because it is zero balance, no entry barriers, no paperwork, and using the digital public infrastructure.
Okay.
So the point I'm trying to make is that at the high end of the Indian spectrum, you have the safe second account. At the slightly middle range, you've got the digital public infrastructure with easy access. And in rural India, the Airtel Payment Bank account is used for almost, if you will, a primary access account use case.
Okay. So every now and then, whenever the management or the CEO of an organization sits with us, they simply ask us this one question. And that question is, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Right? This is one of those most asked questions by management. So I really want to ask somebody who is heading Airtel Payments Bank, where do you think in the next 5 years the digital banking would be? How would the landscape of digital banking evolve in the next 5 years, 5 or 10 years?
I link this back to, your starting question. If you look at all developed countries around the world, every single one of them has one large digital-only bank in the top 10 banks in their list. Nubank is the 4th largest bank in Brazil. Revolut is a $32 billion market cap bank in UK. It is not foolish to think that India needs their own list of digital-only, mobile-first banks, and it would not be impractical to think that Airtel Payment Bank should be first and foremost in that list.
Okay. And just a follow-up question to this, as an innovation point of view, what as consumers or as layman people who are watching this podcast, who are listening to this podcast, they can expect from Airtel Payment Bank, the kind of innovations that might come in the near future? What are those innovations, if you can shed some light on it?
So yeah, one of them I touched upon. Obviously, we're going to really double down on the safety plan. One of the things we are very excited about is exploding this category. We believe this category itself needs a lot of investment. So you're going to see and hear a lot about this from us over the next 12 to 18 months. Product innovation, marketing investments, category creation, and as you know, you've seen FMCG category creation. This, in our view, will need category creation in the deepest and most profound sense of the word. We are single-mindedly focusing on that, at least in urban India. In rural India, I think our job is really to deepen and deepen and deepen. On top of that, of course, the payment bank category in itself needs more, what I would say, deepening of product suite.
Okay.
As you know, the payment bank category has depth in terms of users. Users need to use us more, for which you need more products.
Correct.
And that needs a little bit of regulatory leeway. And we need a little bit of help and support as an industry from the regulators to do that.
Okay.
So we remain hopeful of that conversation over the next 2-3 years.
And last but not the least, beyond this safe second account, what are the other initiatives that Airtel Payment Bank right now is working on to strengthen the financial security of its consumers and maybe to drive more people into digital banking adoption?
Yeah, see, the other big bet, and perhaps this is a little unnoticed, is that we have placed a view that urban transit is very rapidly going to become interoperable, which means that there's going to be a card which you can tap on your metro, and once you get out of the metro station, you're going to get into an auto or a bus and you'll be able to tap that same card.
Okay.
Our view is that for the demand of India's urban growth, without the rise of a large interoperable public transit infrastructure, India's urban growth needs won't be serviced well. So we are big believers in that. When we placed big bets, we are actually India's largest now urban metro infrastructure providers. We are 66% of India's metro payment, payment processors. So anybody tapping a NCMC card on a metro, 2/3 of them pass through our payment stack.
Okay.
And in the metro, if you were to buy a NCMC card, 2/3 of them would be our NCMC cards. That is going to be a very large emerging category in India over the next 2 to 3 years. And interestingly, what we've seen is that once a person purchases an NCMC card, invariably over the next 3 to 6 months, they upgrade to a bank account because it's easy to open and there's no minimum balance, and it's the best base rate account. So willy-nilly, all roads lead to Rome. People converge into the Airtel Payment Bank account.
Thank you so much, Mr. Biswas, for sharing your wonderful insights with all our listeners who are going to watch this, who are going to listen to this, and they will surely benefit from this. And thank you so much for having this conversation.
Thank you. I greatly enjoyed myself, Karthik.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. As digital banking continues to grow, ensuring security is key to building trust. Airtel Payments Bank's Safe Second Account is a step towards a safer financial future. Stay tuned to Mint Techcetra for more insightful conversations where technology is transforming the landscape of business. This is your host Karthik, signing off.